At the dawn of the world, when primordial forces were just beginning to shape the order of the cosmos, HERAS, the embodiment of old age and the inevitable decline of all living things, was born of the goddess Nyx. He was not a destroyer, nor did he bring chaos. His appearance signified the natural passage of time, which stops for neither gods nor mortals. In Greek mythology, Geras served as a reminder. Everything that is born must follow its own path and one day come to an end. Geras was not a god who appeared suddenly or dramatically. He accompanied every being from the moment of birth, but his presence only became noticeable as time went on. The ancient Greeks believed that old age was not a punishment, but a natural stage of existence. Geras did not take life away like Thanatos, nor did he lull people to sleep like Hypnos. He slowly transformed the body and mind, reminding us of the fragility of all living things. His power was imperceptible, yet inevitable. In ancient Greek art, Geras was often depicted as a hunched-over old man with a frail body and a sorrowful gaze. His image symbolized not only physical decline but also the wisdom that comes with age. He served as a reminder that every wrinkle is a trace of lived experience. Unlike the young and warlike gods, Geras did not seek glory or power. His role was to show that time cannot be stopped, and that everyone must accept the natural order of things that governs all that exists. In the days of ancient gods, voivodes, and kings, the long-suffering land awaited a hero. And then came the mighty demiurge Tales channel, tempered in the flames of battle. Power, passion, danger. His videos will change the world. Geras made no distinction between humans and gods. The ancient Greeks believed that even the immortals eventually felt his influence, albeit much more slowly. He did not come as an enemy, but as an invisible companion who transforms all living things from within. Youth gave way to maturity, and strength to experience. Even the mightiest heroes, such as Heracles, could not escape his influence. Geras reminded us that no power is eternal, and that time affects all beings in the cosmos equally. Although old age was often associated with a loss of strength, the Greeks saw another side to it as well. Geras brought not only physical decline but also a deeper understanding of the world. People who lived to a ripe old age became the bearers of the memory and experience of generations. Their advice carried great weight in society. Thus, Geras was not only a symbol of weakness but also a guardian of knowledge. He reminded us that every stage of life has its own value, and even the slowness of old age conceals important wisdom. Geras embodied the fundamental law of nature: everything changes. Night gives way to day, youth to old age, and life to its end. The ancient Greeks believed that resisting this process brings only suffering. Therefore, Geras was perceived as a force that could not be resisted. He neither punished nor rewarded. He simply fulfilled his eternal duty. His presence served as a reminder that even the brightest fire eventually dies out, but its warmth remains in the memories of those who were there. HERAS did not manifest itself abruptly, but gradually, almost imperceptibly. The ancient Greeks imagined it as a quiet force that, day by day, transforms the human body. Strength wanes, movements slow down, and sight and hearing are no longer as sharp as in youth. But along with this comes acceptance. Geras did not destroy life, it transformed it. Even the swiftest warriors and the strongest athletes, such as Achilles, were subject to this change, for no physical strength could halt the passage of time. The Greeks compared old age to autumn, a time when nature no longer grows as vigorously but takes on a special beauty. Geras symbolized this period of life, when a person contemplates more than they compete. This is the time for reflection on one's life, on mistakes and achievements. Youth grants the strength to act, while old age grants the depth to understand. That is why HERAS was not viewed merely as decline. He served as a reminder that every season of life has its own harmony. and that autumn is no less important than spring. With age, a person begins to hear the world differently. The ancient Greeks believed that Geras opens the inner ear, through which wisdom comes. Older people became advisors to kings and mentors to the young. Their voices were quieter, but far more weighty. HERAS seemed to sift out the superfluous, leaving only what was essential. He taught that true strength does not always lie in muscles or speed, but in the ability to understand the consequences of one's actions. Thus, old age became not an end, but a profound stage of understanding the world. HERAS did not exist apart from time. He was its visible manifestation in the lives of all living things. The ancient Greeks imagined that time moved ceaselessly forward, and that HERAS walked alongside every creature, leaving traces of change in his wake. Each year added new signs of aging, but it also brought experience. Even the gods, though more slowly, felt the pressure of time. In this ceaseless movement, Geras was a reminder that it is impossible to stop this process, just as it is impossible to stop a river flowing to the sea. Mortals often feared Geras more than many other gods, for he came unnoticed and remained forever. Youth was seen as a gift, and old age as a loss. Over time, however, people learned to accept his presence. The philosophers of ancient Greece said that it is precisely the awareness of aging that helps us appreciate every moment of life. Geras was not an enemy. He was a reminder of the fragility of existence. And those who accepted him found inner peace instead of fear of the inevitable. When Geras touched a person, he not only transformed the body but also sharpened the memory. The past became more vivid, and past events took on greater significance. The ancient Greeks believed that in old age, the soul looks back, as it were, to understand its path. Mistakes became lessons, victories, memories, and losses, part of wisdom. Geras helped a person see the wholeness of their own life. Thus, old age became a culmination of the journey, where every moment took on its true meaning. HERAS gradually transformed everything he touched. The ancient Greeks believed that his power manifested itself in the slow waning of physical endurance. Speed gave way to caution, strength to measured movement, and impulsiveness to reflection. This was not a punishment, but a natural law. Even the greatest heroes who had survived countless battles eventually felt his influence. Geras served as a reminder that the body is not an eternal temple, but merely a temporary vessel for the soul as it journeys through a world of change. In the Greek worldview, life was perceived as a cycle in which each stage had its place. Geras personified the final part of this cycle. After youth and maturity came the time for a peaceful reckoning. This was not an end in the full sense, but rather a transition to another state of being. Ancient people believed that it was precisely in old age that the soul best prepared itself for the journey ahead. Geras did not destroy life, but rather brought its natural form to a close. Just as autumn brings the year to a close before nature's winter rest, Geras had been a part of the world from the beginning of time and into every new generation. He had no temples or grand myths of heroic deeds, but his power was felt in every living being. The ancient Greeks perceived him as an inevitable yet just law of existence. He did not choose his victims nor make exceptions. His role was simple: to remind us of the natural course of life. Thus, Geras became a symbol of the inevitable passage of time, which leads every being from birth to its end, preserving the harmony of the entire cosmos. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share your impressions of the video.